Okay, the phone we're working with today is a WP5. I'm just gonna do a quick video because I don't really see any videos out there. I'm using the heat pad. Here's my heat pad settings. I had it set for 10 minutes, so I'm just gonna let it sit for a couple of minutes. All right. So now that I feel like it's heated up enough, this is really simple for this device. I'm gonna take my pry tool and just work around it. Take my time. Work around each piece. You just gotta be careful when you get to the top of this device because that's where all the cables are. I'm turning off my heat pad now. You just gotta be careful when you get to the top of the device. And as you can see, simple as pie. All right. So if you look up under here, you got one screw that's holding it. Just a Phillips screwdriver. All right. So this piece is held up by adhesive. You just want to be careful when you're prying it out. I usually like to pry from the edges, so I use my screwdriver to pry that out. And then from here you have another retaining bracket. All right, and then from there, you pry your retaining bracket up. See it? Bop, bop, bop. All right. Now, I'm give you a heads up. When you're prying up things, always use plastic. Never use anything metal. You could damage the board, and also, like, you know, if you contact anything with metal, you can short something out. So always do that. So it's really that simple. And then I go around. Go around the edges, just, you know, making sure there's no glue. So let's grab my screen. There's the replacement screen. All right. Now, this does have adhesive on there. The original screen doesn't have the adhesive, so I usually, like, depending on the situation, I can leave this on or take it off. Or in this case, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. But like I said, the original screen doesn't have this adhesive on the cable. It doesn't have that at all. If you look at it, it just has this this cover over here. And what I'm definitely gonna do is transfer this cover over to the new device. Now I have fingernails. That's one of the reasons why I keep my nails long, is because I work on these phones. I use my fingernails for a lot of things. But if you got tweezers, just use tweezers. You don't really have to worry about damaging this one. The screen is already damaged. It can't be repaired. So, I mean, it could be refurbished, but you know, just the screens are so cheap, it's pointless. So I'm gonna take this, transfer this to the new screen. Okay. Now, what I like to do, I usually like to use this T7000 adhesive. If you notice, the adhesive on the original screen is really not, you know, not the strongest. So this should be more than sufficient. So I just go around. Go around the bezel. Yeah, I don't use this that much, so it gets, sometimes it's a little, it gets a little dry. I just keep going around and working my way around the bezel. And if you make a mess, you can always clean up. And then I also like to put it on the screen also, just in different spots. Don't cover the camera holes, whatever you do. Same thing, just work around the bezel. Okay, now that that's done, you line it up. Snap in the connector. What I like to do once I snap in the connector, I like to use my plastic tool just to make sure that it's sitting flush all the way across. Because sometimes it snaps in and then, one side may be down and the other side isn't. Okay, you take your bracket, place your bracket back in. One screw, the long screw actually. Let me see if you can see this. The long screw. Make sure you keep track of your screws. Oh, sorry, wrong side. Long screw. Now, when you're working on devices, the device will actually tell you where you're supposed to put things. So if you notice that a screw isn't going in all the way, don't try to force it. The device will definitely let you know, oh no, this screw doesn't go here. So don't force anything, just go to the next screw or try to figure it out. Okay, now that that's in, I line up my bottom first. Work my way out. I'm really careful because you don't want to crack the new LCD. Really careful, just make sure it's sitting flush. Okay. I like to remove the plastic so I can make sure that the screen is sitting flush. All right. Now it's time to test it out. Okay. All right, there we go. We have a battery signal, which is a great sign. So I'm just gonna let this charge. And once they finish charging, we're going to test out the touch functionality, and then we should be good to go. All right, thank you. Come back again for more videos.